Hello, I'm Harley. It's been a while since I posted like an actual LPS video. I think it's been 6 years, oh my god. But think of this as my like real comeback, because that video I posted the other day was from like 3 years ago, so that doesn't count. Anyway, this video is going to be me showing you 2 of my display shelves because the rest of them are a complete mess. And yeah, because I'm the most proud of my Sonic the Hedgehog collection. It's the thing I probably have the most for, except for LPS obviously, because I've been collecting LPS for 10 years now. So this will be focused on this shelf and the one directly above it. So yeah, but let's start over here because this is like not Sonic stuff. This has got my Pokemon and my Angel plush that I got from Disneyland. If you can't tell, I like Glaceon. And over here just a few of my other like LPS that are probably going to be mascots. Yeah, this is one of my newest LPS. I really love her, she's very pretty. And this is like my favourite LPS ever, so it'll probably be these 2 that you see a lot. I need to get a replacement of this one soon because this isn't my original one. I broke her years ago. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's move on to the actual Sonic stuff now. And sorry if the camera's very shaky. My hands are just shaky. So first we have this cool pixel lamp. The batteries in it are dead right now. Otherwise I would turn it on. But if I try, yeah, it hasn't had any batteries in it in a while. And then we have these. This one is a lamp, but it also hasn't worked in a long time. I don't think it's had new batteries in like 3 years. Maybe I should do that. Then we have the actual like display part of it, of all the figures. So I've got these cars, I've got these 2 like buildable things, I don't really know what they're called, and then my like little figures, these Sonic X ones, and this Knuckles. I don't really know what that's from, but I got it from Comic-Con. The Jet and Omega were from some sort of blind bag. I have Jet stuck to this because he kept falling off. And I was so happy that I got those 2 from the blind bags because, let me just say this, Jet is my favourite character in all of Sonic. I absolutely love him. And this is the only piece of merchandise I have for him until the Funko Pop arrives. And when the Jet specific figure comes out in the UK in October, but for now this is all I got, and I treasure him like gold. And same for the Omega, because trying to find the Jet specific Omega, he's expensive. And then I got these little things. They're very heavy, and the Super Shadow was the mystery one in this set, and he was the first one I opened. So that was cool. I got Shadow and Silver at the same time. And then I think a week later I got Tails and Rouge. I did actually look through all the bags. Like I opened them and just had a peek to see who was in it, but there was no Knuckles. Knuckles is my second favourite. So I had to go with Tails and Rouge, which is fine. I mean, there's some of the better looking figures in this set because you can't tell other than Tails. Their shoes aren't painted, which I kind of hate. And I did think about doing it myself, but with my hands that's not going to work. And then I got this poster with my Fang figure and I thought it looked kind of cool here. So it's there. Speaking of Fang, there he is. It's all my classic little figures. Funny story about this Neutron though. So I got him from Asda, right? for a solid like 4 or 5 months, there was this one Neutron in the Sonic section, and it just they never restocked it. So I would see this guy every week, and there was never anything else. It was the only Sonic figure they had in there until I had enough and I just bought it myself. So I was like, you know what? It's part of the collection and I'm sick of seeing it in the packaging over here. So I bought it and then went back like 2 days later and they restocked them. they took 4 or 5 months until they've restocked because of this guy. So he's an interesting piece of the display, and every time I look at him I'm just like, why? But yeah, so that is this shelf. It's pretty nice. So actually I do want to tell you something about like a few of these figures. That noise, if you heard it, was my cat playing with my headphones. So what's the first one I got? Oh yeah, it would have been the Sonic, because I got him with the playset. And then I think, who did I get next? Classic Sonic. I remember I got the Knuckles from Sainsbury's because I picked up a Tails plushie first and I was like, I'm gonna get this. He's so cute. And then I saw Knuckles and my decision was made. And I haven't seen that plushie in Sainsbury's since. So maybe I should have gone for the Tails instead. But it's Knuckles. And I don't even remember where my Eggman came from. When did I get him? Oh wait, yeah, I got him and Classic Tails together. Shadow, I remember I got in Asda and I was really excited to get him because at the time Shadow was my favourite character and I just wanted something. I didn't have any Shadow figures yet. So that was cool. And these Sonic X figures, I got them from a car boot sale for £10 with a Care Bear plushie, which I thought was a pretty good deal because this Care Bear was like an original 80s one. It's £10 for a lot of them, it's pretty good. And then I found out that these figures are actually kind of hard to find, or at least they're expensive. I think Tails was going for about £60 on his own. I'm not sure about the other two. But yeah, I've got some good money here in those little figures, and it's kind of a shame they're so expensive because I think they're really cute. And yeah, I do have like bootleg ones, but I mean they don't count, do they? They're bootlegs. I think I'm going to chuck them out anyway. But okay, well that was this shelf. Time to move on to the other shelf. That was my chair. So this is the other shelf with the bigger figures on it and a pile of accessories because I had nowhere else to put them. So I keep losing where my hand is. So I got these for my birthday. Was it this year? I don't even remember. My memory like is awful. But I kept them in the box for a little while because I thought they looked pretty cool. But eventually I was like, you know, I don't have the space for this. I'll take them out. And I don't know why, but Sonic doesn't stay on his stand very well. I have to pick him up by the base, otherwise he's going to fall off. Blue tack didn't even work. Tails is fine though, he's one piece. I do wish these were painted a little bit better though, because if you see here, like his eye, it's like he's like bleeding white, if that makes sense. Here are my Chaos Emeralds and the Salt Emerald. This blue one isn't an actual like Sonic Emerald. I got it from one of those 2p machine things on holiday. I did have a red one too, but I don't know where it went. So I guess it's a good thing I got an actual red Chaos Emerald. I want to get all of them, that'd be so cool, but I don't even have Super Sonic yet. Oops. I have this squishy stretch guy. I don't know why I have him, but he's there. And my Sonic Prime figures, I do have more, but they're not on the shelf because the little tiny ones don't stand up very well, and I don't really have anywhere to put them, so these three stay here. My favourite character in Sonic Prime was Gnarly Knuckles, and I just wish that the figure looked better, because what is this? He's so ugly. At least Dread looks pretty cool though. He looks nice. There's my 3 Jazzwares figures. If you're wondering about Sonic's arm, the moment I took him out of like the eBay packaging, his arm snapped off. So yeah, someone fixed it for me, and this was the only thing he could do. But I kept it that way because I kind of thought it was funny. He doesn't stand up very well because his legs are so wobbly. Speaking of wobbly, this, oops, sorry Infinite, this Knuckles has really loose limbs and I kind of hate it, but he does stand up at least. Tails is fine though, he's like perfect, and I'm very happy about that. Speaking of Tails, there's this weird Burger King toy. It's missing a piece, but I mean it was like 50p, like 50p, so whatever. And then we move back over here, my classic Jax figures. There's Fang, Metal Sonic, Mighty and Ray, Amy, Tails. I don't have a big classic Sonic yet, or Knuckles, I've just realised. Also have Eggman there. And there's Rouge. I got her like reduced price. I'm so happy because Rouge is kind of hard to find with her wings still attached. But I mean, she was in the packaging, so obviously her wings were still going to be attached, but you know what I mean. Knuckles, I have regular Sonic and Soap Shoes Sonic. I needed both, obviously. Oops. I don't have the Shadow yet, but I have this buildable figure and it's like close enough. I posed him like this with Sonic because thing you need to know about me, I really like Sonado. I'm like a major shipper. If my username wasn't a dead giveaway, if you're like in the Undertale where you fandom, whatever, I'm like the world's biggest multi-shipper. I like every possible pairing that's legal. Sonado is like my favourite Sonic ship though. I absolutely adore them. So I posed him like that because I thought it was cute. Anyway, then we got Infinite, one of my favourite Jax specific figures, because I'm an Infinite apologist, if that's what I should call myself. He's so cool. I absolutely love his design. He was so wasted potential, he was. But I love him anyway. And I got Silver and Espio kind of posed for a similar reason to Sonic and Shadow, because I ship them. They were my first like Sonic ship that I absolutely fell in love with, so they have a special place in my heart. I just liked Sonado more. Anyway, enough about shipping. Or maybe not, because I have Amy and Blaze together and I also ship them. That was probably intentional. They're not like holding hands or anything though. Yeah, and I have Cream down there. I had to blue tack her ice cream to her hand because it kept falling off. And I have Big. Big was in Sainsbury's for ages before I bought him, because I was like, do I actually want him full price? Do I care enough? But then I found out that like one of my friends that I speak to online is like the #1 Big the Cat fan. So he's grown on me. So I got him and he's cute. And then I have Vector. Funny story about that. There was one in Sainsbury's a while ago, but my brother really likes Vector and he didn't really have many Sonic figures, so I let him have it. So I had to wait, I think it was like 3 weeks until I found another one, but I have him now. There's my Metal Sonic. He's really cool. I remember getting that one for my birthday. And Classic Eggman, I got that at the car boot sale. And then my Movie Knuckles and Shadow, 2 of my favourite figures in the collection. Absolutely adore them. I was taking the Knuckles around quite a lot when I first got him. Speaking of, I watched Sonic 3 again the other day, and oh my god, it's still the best Sonic movie. Amazing film. But I think that's it, unless you want to look at this pile of accessories and this lamp that I think also doesn't work. Nope, of course it doesn't. I am terrible with batteries. Hi Donald Duck. Let's come back down here. Okay, so that is the end of this video. It feels so weird to like film an actual video again after all this time. But yeah, maybe I'll do more parts to this where I show off my other collections once I've actually finished organising them. My Ninja Turtle collection's looking pretty good, but some of the pieces are a bit out of place, so I'll have to fix that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I don't really know how to end this. So I'll bring the other potential mascots over. That was the doorbell. But yeah. Bye.